14th of September, Rabbi Moore. Humash with Rashi, the Akeida.
Hey.
Hello, Rabbi. How are you today?
Baruch Hashem. Glad that you were able to make it.
Yeah, fortunately, it was
Okay.
an echo and it went pretty smoothly.
Baruch Hashem. The echo wasn't too loud. Yeah. Okay.
Actually, it was pretty loud. I could hear it going waka, waka, waka.
Good. Okay. We got up to Pasuk 15, Tezvo.
15. Okay, let's see. Here's 15.
21:15, yeah.
Vayichlu chamayim min ha-chemes vatashlech es hayeled tachas achad hasichim. And the water was finished in the skin, and she cast off the boy
Okay.
under one of the trees.
Okay, yeah. It's interesting why it's called a siach. Just 1 second.
Yes, it's a new a word I'm not used to for a tree.
Yeah, siach. Where did you have that? And that's not called siach. It's a different word. Sneh. But that's a different word.
Oh yeah, right. That's the bush.
Yeah, siach is a tree. I don't know why the term used is dafka siach. I don't know. Okay.
Okay. So let's see what Rashi has to say. Rashi says the water in the skin was finished. Lefi shederech cholim, because it is the usual way for people who are ill, lishtot harbe, to drink a lot.
Right. So because Rashi's got a question, why should the water already finished if it's unlikely that Avram Avinu wouldn't have provided them with enough? It's like a full water skin.
Oh, that reminds me of my question. The reason that he was ill, who was ill? It was Yishmael. Why was he ill? Because Rashi told us in the previous pasuk that Sarah cast an evil eye upon him,
right,
and caused him to have a fever, and he was unable to walk. Now,
so you mean to say Avram Avinu already knew that?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Yishmael was sick and he was drinking a lot. So he drank up all the water.
Right.
Why was he sick? Because Sarah cast an evil eye on him and made him sick.
Okay.
Why did she do that? That sounds like a very
nasty thing to do.
Action for her to do. Yeah. He's been cast out. She's trying to kill him. She's trying to
could well be as follows. I'm not going to go into the whole union of Ayin Hora, but The idea was Sarah didn't necessarily want him to be sick or punished, because she put an evil eye upon it, which means that his, shall we say, his protection from natural harm, natural sicknesses and ill effects, natural things, was thereby removed because of the evil eye. But it's not because she said, well, I'm giving this guy, this Shmuel, he's really a bad kid or whatever, I want him to get sick. That's not necessarily what she was doing. It wasn't, she would say, because she showed that she was unhappy with the way he was behaving, it automatically came about that his, I'm trying to think of the best way of explaining the way the evil eye works. The evil eye doesn't necessarily mean that the person intends for the recipient of the evil eye to actually become harmed or sick. It's a result, an automatic result. The evil eye, should we say, lowers the spiritual resistance of this person. So maybe put it in those terms. It could even be physical as well, lowers the spiritual and physical resistance of the recipient of the evil eye. When Mela, he becomes sick. Not that it's the intention of the one who's casting the evil eye to make the person sick, that the person should be sick. You following me?
No, not really. You're saying that Sarah didn't intend to cast an evil eye on him?
She may have intended, but the casting the evil eye doesn't automatically, it's not like a prayer that the recipient should become sick. It doesn't. It's not an intentional evil eye that the person says, well, this Yishmael is not acting properly, so Sarah says, oh, I want him to get sick. That's not shot in the evil eye. All he means, she had. I say, I'm not exactly sure myself how the evil eye works. It's idea that person puts an evil eye on somebody that lowers their resistance. Put it that way.
Why would that be? What is one person's
it's like
you think it's an involuntary action? She didn't intend to do it, and then it had this effect anyway?
I'm not sure. It could be. I'm not sure. Or even if she intended that there be an evil eye, she didn't necessarily that he should be harmed directly by it.
He didn't want him to be harmed directly.
Who? Meaning, it's not the evil eye. I'm just saying, it's not the evil eye that harms directly. It just means the evil eye lowers the victim, the recipient's resistance. The Mela, he gets harmed by outer forces. But I'm not sure about that. I don't want to I don't want to have say a final word on that. Okay. Anyway, the mashma over here that the actual evil eye is not what actually harmed him, but it was causative to bring that he should be susceptible to harm.
Now you said that it reduced his spiritual resistance.
Spiritual and physical.
Both.
Yeah. Okay.
So she didn't do it on purpose. She didn't intend it.
Right.
Could she have stopped it? Could she have given him a bracha?
I don't know. Once she'd cast the evil eye, could she stop it? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm saying you said she didn't do it on purpose, but that's hard to understand because she was at a very high level.
Right.
She should have
I don't know.
understood.
I don't know. I don't know how these things work, so therefore I don't want to express a clear opinion. Okay.
Okay. So so
Let's
the reason
continue.
the water ran out was because Ishmael was sick and he drank too much. So the it doesn't necessarily mean Abraham knew.
Right. The only thing is, he put some al shichma. Obviously, he knew that Ishmael was sick because he picked up Ishmael and put it on Hagar's shoulders. So obviously he was weak.
Good point.
So that's, I don't know. That's a bit of a question. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a good point. It's very strange.
Yeah.
Okay, so weiter, I guess.
Yeah.
16. Matelech, Beteshev, law, mi neged, har chek, kim ta chave, keshes, ki amra al bimos hayaled va teshev mi neged va ti saw es kola va tef.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. It means she went and she sat a distance of a bow shot.
Yeah, it says 2 bow shots actually.
Oh, two bow shots. Yeah, kim tachave keshes. So shots of the bow. So at least 2. Because she said, "Let me not see the death of the boy." And she sat at a distance and she lifted her voice and wept.
Right. Cried out. So translated that.
But vatef is to cry out.
Whatever she wept.
Right.
So I translated, she burst out crying.
She burst out crying.
In her weeping, she raised her voice. Goes together.
Right. Right. I see. Okay, so mineged. Merachok, from far off.
Yeah, Rashi always says mineged means, neged means facing, mineged means at a distance away. We find it by the encampment of the Jewish people was mineged the Mishkan. It was a certain distance away. That's what Rashi says merachik. Always Rashi always when the term mineged is merachik.
Kim tachave keshes. Kishte tichos. About 2 bow shots. V'hu lashon yeriyas chates. And it is an expression of shooting an arrow. B'lashon Mishnah, in the language of the Mishnah. Shehei tiach be'ishto. He shot his wife.
Sorry?
It says who shot his wife. Shehei tiach be'ishto.
No, it means he had relations with his wife. That's what it means.
Right, but the point Rashi's making is that the shooting of an arrow is a metaphor for having relations.
Right.
So it means it literally means he shot his wife.
Yeah, but not in the sense of with a gun.
No, with an arrow.
Maybe better so he shot at his wife.
Better he shot into his wife.
Whatever, yeah.
Al shem shechazera yoreh kachetz, because the semen shoots like an arrow. Ve'im tomar, and if you will say, Haya lo lichtov kim tachei keshes, it should have written
without the vav.
What?
I.e. without the vav.
It should have written without the vav. Mishpat havav likanes lichan. It is proper for the vav to enter here.
To appear here, yes.
Kamo bechagvei hasela, like in the phrase in the breaks of the rock. It's talking about the vav in the word chagvei.
Yeah. Correct.
Chagvei, breaks. Okay. Migizrach. From the same root as chaga.
Right.
In the phrase
Admas Yehuda leMitzrayim lechaga.
Right, the ground of Judah will be a breakdown to Egypt. This is just grammar. It doesn't really matter what the sentence says. The point,
anyway.
The point is that it means breakdown. Umigizras, which is the same root. Vachogu v'yanuu
kashikor.
Yanuhu kishikor. Okay, so this is the word hanugu.
Yochaygu, so the Russian Yochaygu is real.
Chogu, they crashed. V'chein katzvei eretz, and similarly katzvei, the ends of the earth. Migizras katze,
Right.
from the same root as katze.
Meaning, so the verb is added to a noun. When you want to say the express in the noun in a construct form, so a verb is added.
Right. And these are just examples of that.
Right. Why it is like that, I'm not sure why it's necessary to be that. Okay.
Batesha v'neged, she sat at a distance. Kevan shekarav, excuse me, lamus. Because
he was close to dying.
That he was close to dying. Hosifa v'hisrachek. She put herself at a great distance.
Right, she distanced herself. She moved further away, which is actually very strange. What kind of behavior is this on the part of Hagar? This is her son. So she's like running away from reality. Rather than being with him in his dying moments. Yes?
She says, I don't want to see him die.
Okay. But you agree with me, it's like running away from reality.
I don't know. I don't think it necessarily means she's running away from reality. It could be that she's just well, I mean, she's overwhelmed by the tragedy that's befalling her. She can't deal with it.
Right.
She's just blocking out. I can't deal with this. Right. So maybe that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay, let's continue.
Okay. Excuse me a second. Let me just tell him I'll call him back. Yosef, I've got 9 minutes. Let me call you back. I got 9 minutes in my share. Let me call you back. Okay, sorry about that. Vayishma Elokim es kol hanar v'yikra malach Elokim el Hagar min hashamayim vayomer la ma loch Hagar al tir'i ki shama Elokim el kol hanar ba asher hu sham. Okay, so God heard the voice of the youth, and an angel called, an angel of God called to
Hagar
from heaven, from the heavens, and said to her, "What troubles you, Hagar? Do not fear, because God has heard the voice of the youth. And in that he is here."
Oh, that's
Ba'asher,
one second. That's what you read the translation?
the translation says, as he is there.
Yeah, okay. I translated God has heard the boy's voice there where he is. And the idea is Rashi's going to explain, which is not necessarily the literal translation of it, but Rashi's going to explain that it means that's the way it's translated, as he is. Asher Usham. But the literal translation means there where he is. Okay?
So Rashi says, Es kol hana'ar, the voice of the youth, mikan, from here, sheyafa sefilas hachole, that the prayer of a sick person is more effective.
So, he himself, his own prayer is most effective.
I'm sorry, say it again.
Meaning the sick person's prayer himself has a stronger effect than other people praying for him.
Wow.
Mitafilas acherim alav, more than the prayers of others on his behalf.
Right.
He kodemes lehis kabel, and it is answered first.
Right.
Ba'asher hu sham. Oh, that's our phrase. So lefi ma'asim, in accordance with the deeds, shehu oseh achshav, that he does at present. Who nidon, he is judged.
Yeah.
Velo,
where he is now, he is judged.
what? Oh, where he
Yeah,
is.
below lefi mashu osid lasos.
And not in accordance with what he is destined to do. Lefi shehayu malachei hashares mikatragin, because the ministering angels were accusing him. V'omrim, and saying, Ribono shel olam, master of the world, mi she'asid zara laha mis.
Aroi. Yeah.
What? Mi she'asid zaro.
Right.
Lahamis banecha, one whose descendants are destined to put your children to death.
By thirst.
Batsama, by thirst. Ata ma'aleh lo ba'er. Would you cause a well to rise up for him?
Right.
Vahu mishivam, and he answered them, Achshav mahu, what he is now.
Right.
Tzaddik o Rasha, righteous or wicked. Amru lo, they said to him, Tzaddik, righteous.
Oh. So you see that the angel said that he's righteous now. Despite his bad behavior, he was still considered a tzaddik.
I don't get that. We just said before he was shooting arrows at Yitzchak.
Right.
Yitzchak was a little boy.
And he was, but it was in, I mean, he was trying to scare him, but he didn't try to kill him actually.
Well, I don't know. How do you know that?
That's what Rashi implies.
Okay. All right. Amar lahem, he said to them, the fi ma sav shel achshav. In accordance with his deeds at present, ani dano, I judge him. V'zehu ba'asher hu sham. And this is the meaning of as he is there. The Heichan ha mis es Yisrael batzama. And where did Yishmael put Israel to death by thirst? Ki heg lam Nebuchadnezzar. When Nebuchadnezzar exiled them, Shne'emar, as it says, Masa ba Rav v'Gomer, a prophecy concerning Arabia, etc.
Right.
Likras samei he sa
Toyu
he sa'u
so
mayim v'Gomer. Toward the thirsty, they bring water, etc. Kishe hayu mo lichin osam. When they were leading them. When the English says, when the Babylonians were leading the Jews, Eitzel Arviim,
by the Arabs,
the descendants of Yishmael, Hayu Yisrael Omrim, it would be that Israel would say,
or they said, L'shovehem, to their captors,
Lisha Ba'im, to their captors, Bevakasha Mikem, we beseech you, Holichunu Eitzel B'nei Do Deinu Yishmael. Take us to the children of our uncle Yishmael. V'rachmu alav. And they will have mercy on us. Shneimar, as it says, or chos de danim, caravans of cousins. The elu yotzim likra sam. These Ishmaelites then went out to greet the Jews. Umevi'in lahem, and they brought them basar, meat, vidag maluach, and salted fish, vinodos nefuchim, and inflated skin flasks, kisvurim Yisrael. And Israel was under the impression, shehem mileim mayim, that they were filled with water. Ukeshemachniso letoch piv. And when a Jew would put a flask into his mouth, ufos cho, and opened it, haruach nichnas begufo, the air would enter his body, umes, and he would die.
Now, whether this, I'm not sure why this would cause him to die. Could well be there was mashma from Chazal that these whatever, so they put in some sort of foul-smelling air, gas into the water skins that by thereby inflating them, and this foul-smelling wind or whatever, what you call it, gas, right? That's what killed them, poisoned them.
Yeah, it's a very weird story.
Right. But you see, the intention was that they wanted to harm them.
Right.
By the way, I just want to finish off over here. Just an interesting, on the next pasuk, there's no Rashi on it. I just tell you an interesting thought I had, just to end off, about a minute or so, 2 minutes. Right? The pasuk says, Shita, this is the Malach told the Hagar, Kumi se'iyah sana, arise and pick up the child, the boy, and hold on to him. Ki legoy godol asimenu, because I will make him into a great nation. Okay? Now, in biblical and rabbinic literature, the term nar is used as a euphemism for the Yetzer Hara. Means ki Yetzer leva adam ra min urof, right? That the person has a should we say, not inclination is the right word. He has a drawing, as an urge towards evil from his, as soon as he's born, mina urov, from the time he is misnai min abete. So the Yetzer Hara is often termed as a nar. It means like it gives a person, the Yetzer Tov is calm, wants to do things cool, calm, and collectedly, whereas the Yetzer Hara gives a person, puts fire into a person, right? Has an urge, has a lust. Okay?
Yeah.
So there's a remez on how a person has to treat the Yetzer Hara. She says, so this is a kumi, right? Kibbutz Yochel, the Torah is telling us, arise, pick yourself up, se'iyah sana, take that evil inclination and raise it up, elevate it. Meaning, use it for serving HaKadosh Baruch Hu in a positive way. When a person has a brain, a certain fire in him, an urge, right? He can convert that to using it for good things. Okay? And hold on to it, meaning make sure you're able to control that urge, to